My husband recently got a cost of living raise and I gave myself a little raise as well. Today I'm starting a budget with a little bit higher of an income, and here's what our budget is planning to look like for the month of April. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about family finance and how you can budget, save, and make more money for your family. If that sounds like something interesting to you, scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. Today I'm going to show you our household budget. We are a family of 4 living in Phoenix, Arizona. Our family is myself, my husband Jacob, and our 2 sons who are Peter and Jack, who are 3 and 1, almost 4 and 2. So this is what our budget is going to look like, hopefully, for the month of April. So this is our budget template that we use every single month. I will go ahead and leave a link to this down in the description box below, and you can check it out there. It's an instant download, works in Excel and Google Sheets, and this is what I've been using for many years now. Okay, so we have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out, but my husband Jacob works in marketing. He is fully remote, but he is a W-2, like regular salaried employee, and he recently got a cost of living increase, so his take-home pay will be a little bit higher, which is exciting. And then I actually gave myself a little raise as well. I am self-employed. I do everything here on social media and everything online, and I've actually been making more money for my business, which is really encouraging. So I increased my take-home pay a little bit as well. So this is after taxes, insurance, 401k, HSA, all of those deductions from my husband's paycheck, and then I also this is after taxes for myself. I set aside money for my taxes as well. So our overall take-home pay, what I'm planning for us to bring home after all of these things, is about $10,000. So we use a zero-based budget, which means all of our income equals all of our money out between expenses, debts, and savings. So let me show you where we plan to spend all of that money this month. So the first thing we have here is our expense section. We have our tithe and African New Life. We are Christians and we believe in giving to our church and other organizations. So our tithe is to our church. African New Life is another organization that we support monthly. Next we have is our mortgage at $2,305.60. This is just principal and interest for our mortgage. We bought our house in November 2023. Rates were high. Rates are very high. So I'm hoping that maybe in a year or so we will be able to refinance. But for right now, this is just principal and interest, and you will see later in our budget for taxes and insurance. Next is HOA. We live in a neighborhood with an HOA, but we bought a new build home, and part of that incentive was that the builder prepaid our HOA fees for the year, so we're not paying anything to that right now. And now our utility bills. This month was really great. It's very mild right now in Phoenix. We sparingly use the air conditioning for a few days. We've had like a couple like mid 80-degree days, but the bill that we'll be paying in April is like February's usage, which was very mild. So natural gas, we only spent $39.10 to heat our home and like hot water and everything, and then electric was only $86.50, so we didn't have to do a lot of air conditioning at that point. But we are working right now to hopefully lower our energy consumption and just be more mindful of that. We utilize the plan that has like on-peak and off-peak hours, and so we are trying to very minimally use electricity during off-peak hours, as in we're not running air conditioning from 4 to 7 p.m. and then we cool down the house at 7 p.m. if we need to, like on those days that it was 85. So I'm pretty proud of us for those utility usages there. Trash is $20 a month, which is cheap. Water is super cheap, $65.40. Our water in Oregon was about $100 each month. Then we have internet at $50. Our phones, this is for mine and my husband's cell phone, is $100. Insurance for both of our cars, we have a 2024 Kia Carnival and a 2018 Highlander, and that is $200 a month for both of those cars combined. Next we have is life insurance. We have a term life insurance policy for myself and my husband Jacob, and that is $52.89 each month. Next we have is groceries at $600 for our family, and I've kind of increased this recently from $500. But we also do HelloFresh. I've talked about them here before. We've been doing HelloFresh for a few years now, and I do have a referral link if you want to check it out, where you get a free box. And so I will leave a link to that down below and you can check it out, and you can cancel it at any time if you want to. But I have some HelloFresh credits from people using my referral link, and those have built up, and so I've been able to get free HelloFresh. So our dinners are like for half the week, most of the week are covered, but then we obviously have groceries for breakfast, lunch, snacks, kids stuff, all of that good stuff, other dinner things as well. So $600 is what we have there. Next we have is eating out. We budget $150 for eating out. This is just a couple quick service things a month, so very minimal. And then gas, I also have budgeted at $150. It may even be closer to $100, but I'll allow $150 here because my husband works from home. I'm also a stay-at-home mom and have my business from home, so we don't have to do a lot of driving. It's just anytime we want to get out and go somewhere for fun, so we have that. Next we have is fun. I have $50 a month budgeted for fun. This would just be for something like, oh, we, went to the children's museum or something like that. So very minimal, yeah. Then we have miscellaneous. I have $100 budgeted for miscellaneous. You always have to have a miscellaneous category in your budget because there's always random things that you spend money on each month. Next we have is our Roth IRA. We are working on fully funding our 2024 Roth IRAs. I started this in March, so we are contributing $1,400 each month between 2 Roth IRAs between March through December, and that should fully fund our 2024 Roth IRAs because you can do $7,000 to each for our ages under 55. So $1,400 a month going to that, which is just an automatic transfer there. And then college, we have $100 going to each of our sons' 529 college savings plans, so $200 to that. So as a grand total, all of the money that we are expecting to come out of our Make account this month is $65,1949. So let's show you the savings section. We do not have any other debt besides our mortgage, and I keep that up in the expense section because we aren't working on paying that off sooner right now. That may be changing shortly, but it's just my mortgage payment. If I was working on paying off my student loans or my credit cards or anything like that, this budget template does have a separate debt section where you can track that debt, and that's what I did while I was working on paying off over $80,000 with my husband when we were newlyweds getting out of student loan debt. Okay, but the savings section, one thing that we're doing here is replenishing our emergency fund. We did actually pull some from our emergency fund in February so that we could fully fund our 2023 Roth IRAs. You still have until tax day of 2023 to fund your 2023 Roth IRAs. You still have until tax day 2024 to fund your 2023 Roth IRAs. So if you still want to do that, you still have a little bit of time left by the time this video goes live. But so we've finished funding that, and so I'm just replenishing the emergency fund that we drew from. So we keep our emergency fund in a high yield savings account, and I cannot recommend signing up for a high yield savings account enough. It is one of the easiest things you can do to earn yourself some extra money. A high yield savings account is simply a savings account that has a higher interest rate. High yield savings accounts right now have rates that are over 10 times the national average savings account rate if you were to just keep your money in a traditional bank. And high yield savings accounts are able to offer more interest because they're typically more online, and so they don't have brick and mortar stores and a lot of overhead, so they're able to pass along those savings to you. So I've been utilizing CIT Bank for over 8 months now, and I've had a great experience with them, and I decided to go with them because they have some of the highest rates around. They have a platinum savings account that earns 5.05%, and that is if you have a balance over $5,000. And they also have a Savings Connect account that earns 4.65%, which is still really high, and that is with just a $100 minimum balance. So I would highly recommend checking out a high yield savings account. It's a great place to keep your emergency fund or any other ongoing savings goal that you're working on saving for, like your emergency fund or property taxes or property insurance that you're going to be holding on to for 6 or so months before you make that payment. So I would highly recommend checking it out. I will have a link down below in the description box to CIT Bank, and you can check them out there. It's FDIC insured, no fees, and so I've had a great experience using them, and I make some extra interest every month, and can't beat getting free money just for keeping your emergency fund in a bank account. So go earn yourself some interest. Since interest rates are so high right now, high yield savings account rates are also really high, so now's a great time to take advantage of that. Okay, so we have that money going to the emergency fund. Property taxes, we set aside $300 a month for property taxes. We are paying that on our own. We are not going through escrow, so we will pay that bill whenever that comes due. Next we have is property insurance, and I know that that'll be $65.06 each month, and we pay that premium annually. So I just set aside that money for that purpose, and we'll pay the bill when the time comes. Next we have is Jacob and myself. We each get personal spending money. Jacob gets $150 and I get $75. The only reason why ours is different is because I am less of a spender and I'd rather save more money. So that's it. Next we have is extra giving, and we put $50 a month into this fund to be able to say yes to additional giving opportunities when they come up. We also have gifts for things like weddings or baby showers, birthdays, that kind of stuff, and $50 towards clothing for myself and my husband. Vacation, we're putting $200 into this each month. We don't have any vacation in the works right now, but we're setting aside money for this purpose of vacation so that we have the money there and we can go on vacation when we want. Next we have is Christmas. We are not putting money into that right now because we have a credit card that earns us cash back, and we use those rewards to be able to fund Christmas, but it's a great time to start saving for Christmas if you haven't already. Next we have is medical. We are putting $533 each month to medical. Basically, we are saving our max out of pocket for the year so that we will not be surprised or overwhelmed if we do hit that max out of pocket. Just planning ahead and setting aside the money so that we can have the permission to go to the doctor when we need to go to the doctor. Next we have is dues and subs. We put $50 a month into this to cover things that are like an annual renewal, like our Costco membership or Disney Plus or things like that. Then we have car maintenance at $75, house maintenance at $250. We will increase this more in the next year, but since we did a new build home, it is under warranty. So a lot of the big things we don't really need to worry about right now. It's more like home furnishings that we've been dealing with house maintenance right now. Next we have is household. This is at $100, and this is for things like toilet paper, paper towels, detergent, stuff like that. And then kids, $250 a month is what we put to their fund to cover diapers, clothing, toys, all of that kind of stuff for them. So as a grand total, we are saving $3,480.51. And you can see that our total out is $10,000. This still calculates the difference between our income and all the money out, which should be zero, and it is zero here. So we have our zero-based budget ready to go for the month. Let me know in the comments what you are looking forward to for the month of April and how your budget is looking. And also, if you do not have a high yield savings account yet, go check out CIT Bank, get yourself a high yield savings account, start earning yourself some free interest there. And you can also check out this budget template with the link down in the description box. And with that, I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.